Aloha! It is I, the Great Clement, and we are now tackling Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for the Sega Game Gear, which is a much different game from Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for Genesis / Mega Drive, which is my favorite fucking game of all time. And if you haven't seen that LP, check it out. Basically, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for Game Gear revolves around Dr. Eggman kidnapping Sonic's best buddy, Tails. Oh noes! In the instruction manual, it is explained that Eggman gives Sonic a note, which is basically, Sonic, I've kidnapped your friend Tails. If you want him back, you have to give me the Chaos Emeralds or else. And that is basically the plot of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Oddly enough, Tails is everywhere. He's in the title screen, he's on all the title cards for all the special zones you go to, but you can never actually play as him or unlock him because the fact is, the whole point of the game is to save him. The whole point of the game is to save Tails. You can only play as Sonic. And yet here we see her in Underground Zone Act 1. There's Tails in the cart with Sonic looking shocked. I don't understand that choice. I don't get it, but okay then. Maybe this game was originally going to be 2 players. I don't know. But folks, this is Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for Game Gear. A much different game from the Genesis game. Obviously, the first zone is completely different now, isn't it? Underground? How many first levels in a Sonic game do you know that isn't in a green, nice, friendly pine tree type area, you know? Green Hill, Angel Island, Emerald Hill, Palm Tree Panic. They all pretty much look the same, but this is Underground Zone, where you're in a mine with lava at the bottom, and yeah. Now, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for Game Gear got a bit of a rep for being pretty goddamn hard, and, you know, as a kid who died to this game many, many times, I can agree with that wholeheartedly. And mostly what's going to kill you in this game is the boss fights. The boss fights, you don't get any rings at all. And when you get hit, you know, that's it. You're done. Have to retry the whole boss over again. The Chaos Emeralds are in this game, and you need them if you want to see the true good ending of the game. And they're in the levels like they were in the first Sonic the Hedgehog game for Game Gear, so there aren't actually special stages in the game at all. Like nothing. But the Chaos Emeralds are in the levels, and if you take the higher path in Zone 2, like I'm doing right now, and jump off the mine cart at the exact right time, you'll find it here. There's the first Chaos Emerald! Fuck! That sign will only give you one of 2 things. Eggman, which means nothing happens, or a ring. And the only way you get a ring is by having a multiple of 10 in your ring count. I had 0, therefore I got a ring sign. It's only really useful if you have 90 rings, because then you can sneak in an extra life before you leave the level, you know? But I digress. This is Act 3 of Underground Zone, and all 3rd acts are boss fights with no rings. So if you get hit once by lava, by spikes, by anything, you're dead. In the oddest choice ever, the boss fight starts off with Sonic falling to lava, and Eggman saves you? He was gonna fall into lava! Why would you do that? But I digress. I can't believe how hard this boss is to so many people. I've gotten him down, I have mastered him now that I can beat this boss no problem, but basically, balls are dropping down the hill, they keep hitting the crab guy, or the ant lion as I like to call him, and once he's dead, or once he's moving his claws really fast, like super fast, way beyond fast, Eggman is going to try and charge at you, and you have to jump over him, and then Eggman gets crushed by his own creation. That's pretty much it. I made it look simple, but trust me, you're on a steep hill, falling into that crab guy is easy to do, jumping over those balls, not easy to do. Being on that steep hill gets you killed many times, and I know at least 20 people who couldn't even beat the first level because the first boss was kicking their ass. I remember the first time I played Sonic 2 for Game Gear, I was at my aunt's house playing it on the actual Game Gear, and holy shit, did it kick my ass. It kicked my fucking ass. This is not an easy game. This is one of the hardest Sonic games just for the bosses alone. Though I also know quite a few people who got stumped here at Sky High Zone, which we're in right now. And the reason is because Sky High Zone has a lot of hang gliders. You have to use hang gliders to get through the level. And what most people don't know is that in order to make it very easy... birds came out of the trees, I don't know why. in order to make the hang glider section of Sky High Zone very easy, all you have to do is one thing, folks. Keep mashing the left button as if you were pushing the A button repeatedly, you know? Just keep mashing the left button and you're gonna keep flying straight the whole time. No lie. And then you make it to the zone, and that's it. That's not hard at all. I can understand how that might give some people some trouble, but it kind of reminds me of the way Mario flew around in Super Mario World. Only you don't mash the left button repeatedly in Mario World. You have to push it at a certain amount of time. But you can keep yourself in the air forever if you have the feather. It's just in this game, just keep mashing the left button and you're good to go. You'll be flying straight forever. Unless the wind in Act 2 is picking you up, and that can happen. But I digress. The Chaos Emerald is annoying in this level because it's high up in the sky, and you need a lot of speed to get to it. And the stupid thing about Sky High Zone Act 2, you can't tell what clouds you can land on and which clouds you can't. They all look identical. They all look pretty much exactly the same. Believe me, it's pretty goddamn lucky I knew what I was doing here. You jump right? Ah, missed the Chaos Emerald. I gotta go back and try again. Luckily I did this in under 2 minutes, so I decided to keep all the footage, but yeah, the Chaos Emerald's really annoying to get in this game. The best way to gain speed is to do a rolling jump, because if you're rolling and then you jump, you get a whole boost of momentum, and it propels you a lot farther when you land on things, but you know. Got it! Due to my recorder, I don't know if you actually saw the Chaos Emerald, it flickers, you know? So, it was a yellow Chaos Emerald, it flickers, it's very visible when you're actually playing the game. Just the way my recorder is, I couldn't get it to flicker fast enough, I don't know why, but, you know. My recorder just does not like flickering sprites, I have no idea why. All I'm doing is mashing the left button. And look, I'm at the end. The end. Sky High Zone, you disappoint me. But yeah, I know a lot of people who died, who couldn't cross the first two zones, Sky High or Underground, just because of the first boss and the hang gliders, and also because of the second boss. And the second boss can give you trouble, I guess, but here's how you handle them. And by the way, Sonic 2 is the first game in the Game Gear series that started off with the whole Eggman is not the boss in every zone. He just has a whole bunch of robots that he sends at Sonic. Birds come out, you have to destroy them, and then they fall, and then you have to destroy the turrets that the birds are coming out of. Then the giant bird comes out, shoots its fireball, and the fireball will home in on you. It will try and gravitate to where you are on screen. So, watch out for that. But if you can get him into a set motion where every time you hit him, you just hit him again and hit him again, because he doesn't take a shot until like 2 seconds after his invulnerability state ends, then you really have no problem. Just wait till his invulnerability is gone, and at that split second, hit him again, and hit him again, and hit him again, and the bird robot will go down pretty easily. I know a lot of people who had problems with this game, folks. I'm making it look super easy and super short, but trust me, I had to practice these levels a lot before I could do this LP. Sky High Zone, getting the Chaos Emerald, kicked my ass. It was very hard to do, and one level in particular, which isn't in this part, but it's called Scrambled Egg. Holy, I died like 20 times doing that zone, but I digress. This level is a water level where you can skip all the water just by doing a rolling dash. That way you bounce along the water's edge and you can go right through the whole level. Makes the level like 31 seconds long. Booyah. I'm sure there's gonna be one commenter on these vids who's gonna be like, fuck you, the water stages are awesome. Now I'm just ranting. I'll see you in part 2.